Hey everyone, and welcome to the Tim and Jim Show. I'm Tim Sohn here, hanging out in part reality and part the woods here in Pennsylvania with Sohn Social Media Solutions. And you might notice that Jim is not here today. We miss you, Jim Fuse. We'll see you next week, but it's just not the same here without you. And we thank you all for being here. Jennifer is here already. She is a frequent viewer of the Showing Up Show. So it's great to have you here, Jennifer, for the Tim and Jim Show. She says, "Hi, Tim. Hope you are having a great day." I hope you are having a great day, Jennifer. And she is tuning in from Savannah, Georgia. So thanks for being here, Jennifer. It's so great to see you here on the Tim and Jim Show. And today we're doing something a little different on the Tim and Jim Show. We're doing something called Ask Tim Anything. And I see somebody in the green room, somebody who's going to be joining us shortly, somebody who we call each other brothers from another mother. But so how this Ask Tim Anything thing is going to work is we actually want to invite you guys to come live with me today to ask questions. And I'm going to be bringing my brother from another mother on shortly once he's ready. But a few of you actually have asked me questions. I put up a post yesterday and said, "Ask me anything." So I'm going to kick off the conversation with that. So Mariella Stockmall said, "Did I see the total chaos around Athens from the fires last night?" And I didn't. And I'll admit I didn't watch the news at all yesterday. I was really busy, and I asked her if she knows anybody in Athens, and I know she's from Greece. So she said that she has family who actually lives there. So sending you lots of love, Mariella. Hope everybody is okay. Please let me know if I hope your family is okay, for sure. Yeah. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is, Stefan, let me know when you're ready to bring you on, and I'll just bring you on and we can roll through these questions. And I know you have burning questions for me as well. I know you have. I just know you have questions for me. Are you ready? You're ready. I knew you'd be ready because you're such a pro. I knew you'd be ready. Hello,
Hey,
Stefan.
how are ya?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great now. How are you?
I'm doing fine. My disco lights are on, I think,
Oh,
because
does that mean we're going to be dancing during this Ask Tim
it
Anything show?
I was having trouble getting in for some reason. I restarted. The number one cardinal rule, always restart. And
Yes,
I
always.
also we had a lot of crazy rain here yesterday. I don't know if it did something to my modem or
Yeah.
anything, but everything's gone wacky this morning. So I turned my lights on, and all of a sudden they keep rotating. So I guess we're going to do disco lights today.
Yeah, I love it. They're changing colors. Look at that.
They are a
They
lot
are.
of the great lighting system. Anyway, except it doesn't do what you always want it to do.
Yeah, there you go. Well, welcome, Stefan. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you, my B fam.
Yes, great to see you. Did you hear about these fires in Athens?
I heard
You
about
did.
the fires everywhere. I saw a horrific video yesterday from
Mm,
Spain, and it's just devastating what's going on over there. It's like California on steroids.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think the runways were melting at Heathrow yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's insane. I
That is
mean,
crazy.
so we're really in a very serious state. So yeah, my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in Europe right now because it is sweltering, sweltering.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And Gary Casey is tuning in. Gary lives not that far away in, I believe, Lake Wallenpaupack. And he says, "Tim, my question is, you live so close to the lovely Delaware River on a hot day like today. Are you going to go down and dip yourself in the river for a little cool off? It's going to be a hot one. Leave your phone on the shore." Well, I don't have plans to do that because actually my dad is here visiting. And yes, I'm
Oh,
doing a Tim and Jim show while dad is cleaning upstairs. So shout out to dad.
you had me on the show and your dad's cleaning. Something's not right here. You should have had
I
dad
know,
on the show
right?
and asked me to come over to clean.
I should get dad to be here on the show with us too, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Gary. We should meet at Dunkin' sometime. It's been a few years. Gary and I used to meet at Dunkin' every so often
See,
here
Gary
in
knows you have
Pennsylvania.
a habit of going out and jumping into puddles.
I do have that reputation among others. Yes. And Inger is here. She says, "Good morning, Tim and Stefan." And Russ Hedge is
Morning.
here. Thank you for being here, Russ. Sending much love as your mom recently passed.
Russ is,
So
yeah, really. I'm so sorry to hear that, Russ. I did not see anything on it. Tim told me last night. My heartfelt condolences to you and your family. I'm really sorry about your mom.
yes, definitely. And Marielle is here. She says, "Great day to all. Appreciate you being here." And so
Love the emojis. Love the emojis.
yes, all the emoji. Well, almost all of them, I think.
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
Um,
So
no,
Stefan, yeah.
no, I was going to say that, you, of all people, have been doing so much lately that the Ask Anything Tim Hour is a great thing because you're doing so much. And you've been doing the most amazing work, in my opinion, with your show Perspectives on Cancer. And, I just tip my hat to you because you've created a real community on LinkedIn, and the other spaces as well, but we know your primary focus is on LinkedIn, and it really is touching because every time the show is on, you bring on somebody with a different perspective, therefore perspectives on cancer. But more than anything, you're keeping it in the loop because we live in a very busy time right now with everything that's going on. And I say this to people all the time. If you have a cause that you're fighting for, if you have a cause that you're trying to get attention to, you have to be active with it because there is so much to take our attention away from things that between the pandemic, between the global warming and all these things that are going on,
Yes.
that you have to keep your stuff front and center because it can easily, and not that it's a light topic, but it can get easily lost in the mix. You know,
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
what you've been doing is very special, Tim. Very special.
Well, I appreciate that, Stefan. It means a lot to me. So do you have a question for me?
Do I have a question for
Yes,
you?
do you have a question? Because this is Ask Tim Anything. I appreciate your kind statement. I do. But do you have a question?
I do. So, what is it about your show? You've had how many guests on already?
This week was episode 37.
Hmm.
So 37, actually 36 guests, if you include hosts as guests.
Hmm. There are so many people out. This is my question to you. There are so many people out there with, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I lost a very dear friend of mine just last month to cancer. As you know, Emilio Pardo was a branding expert in this world. He was a real visionary. I say that really up here because a lot of people like to use that term, but Emilio Pardo was an incredible visionary and an anchor for me. But getting to the point is that we all have friends and people that are battling cancer, that have passed of cancer, family members. It's so horrible. I mean, it's something that we continue to fight to try to find solutions for all the doctors and scientists. But you, who've had so many incredible and interesting guests on, how do you go about finding such guests for such a show? Because it takes a lot of research and a lot of homework. But what do you do to really find the guests that you want to have on the show? And how do you figure out the lineup in terms of? I mean, I'm sure it's quite the list that you're building.
Yeah, it's a really good question. Thanks, Stefan. So I've been really, really blessed that so many of our guests have actually asked to be on the show.
Hmm.
So it's been a combination of that. And also, I have researched on LinkedIn myself. I have searched, especially by using hashtags.
Hmm.
So hashtags like cancer, hashtags like leukemia, hashtags like cancer awareness, cancer survivor, cancer warrior, cancer supporter, all sorts of different cancer
Okay.
related hashtags. And then connecting, sending personalized LinkedIn connection requests to people, connecting
Right.
with people, and then getting on calls with people, and
Mhm.
inviting people to be on the show, developing relationships with people, and doing it that way.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's really been the way, a combination of people reaching out to me, but then also just researching and
Right.
developing relationships with people, and also people who have been on the show have connected, or people who have shown up for the show in the comments, who are viewers of the show,
Mhm.
have connected me as well, such
Yeah.
as you,
Right.
and Tim McDonald.
The McDonald, right? Who's actually he posted yesterday. We should all send out positive vibes and thoughts and prayers and everything to Tim McDonald, our great social media community expert, and
Yes.
and just all around great human being. Who is has he posted this, so it's public knowledge that they're actually screening someone uh,
Yes.
who may
Right.
fit
Right.
the bill for his liver donor request. It's anybody can go to Tim's Liver, TIMS Liver, timsliver.com. Find
Yes.
out all about Tim McDonald, who's a well-known person in this business,
Yes.
who's just a wonderful person, and we've all been trying to help him in so many different ways. But
Yeah.
yeah, he was a guest on your show. He was one of the early guests that I hooked you up with. Yeah,
Yes, I appreciate that. Yeah,
yeah.
so that's really the combination of ways, and
Mhm.
I've just been so blessed with incredible guests that
Mhm.
have just trusted the space to share their story.
Well, I have more than a question here. I want everybody
Ooh,
who's listening, and I want everybody who's a part of our world
more
to
than a
think
question.
about more and more how we can help Tim find some regular sponsors for his show, not just his event that's coming up in September,
Yeah.
which he'll tell you about in a bit after I raise the issue here, of course.
Yes.
Is that Tim really should have a sponsor, a solid sponsor for his show. It is something that I cannot believe that anybody has not latched onto already for his perspectives on cancer show, because it is so worthy of a great sponsor. So we have to all try to help him figure out and find and get him leads for a great sponsor.
I appreciate that stuff, and
No,
now I
I am
want, yeah.
I am just not amazed. I'm not amazed at how you've done this, because we all, work really hard in this business, and I know that we all work really hard, and you're a top level pro, just like I am in many ways in this business.
Yes, you are.
And not patting each other on the back, just stating facts that we've worked with a lot of big people and a lot of clients, and we know we've honed our skills, we've done our homework. Uh,
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
but you need a sponsor, and we want to help you get a sponsor, you know? So
I
anyways,
appreciate that.
Igor has another question here.
Yes, Inger has a question. She says, "My question for Tim, how do you exercise self-care since you do so much?" And
Hmm,
that's a great question,
that
Inger.
is a great question in our business, because I was just thinking about that this
Yes.
week about self-care.
Yes. So my answer, and so I've been focusing more on this recently, Inger.
Mhm. Mhm.
And as of this morning, I lost 24 pounds, Inger. So cheers. So how do you exercise self-care?
Hmm.
So I've been developing a routine. Every morning I've been taking a walk. I
Mhm.
got out of that habit. I was really good a few years ago, and then I lost it for a long time.
Mhm.
As many of you know, I'm a big giver. I help lots of people, and I put other people first all the time, and I'm not so good at helping myself. So lately I've been making myself more of a priority,
Mhm.
and so I've been um, exercising more. My
Mhm.
sister recommended that I go on a cleanse, so I went on a cleanse, uh, and so that got me focusing more on nutrition. And then Joy, my wife, and I have been. We went on this program called Reset, where it's actually you go on it 2 days a week, but I've been doing it more than 2 days a week, really every other day,
Hmm.
where you get 800 calories. It's not much, but it's high protein and low sugar and carbs,
Hmm.
and it's been working.
Okay.
So, and then just prioritizing,
Yeah,
just
prioritizing. You know, that
yeah,
that really is the key, is prioritizing things. Very proud of you that you've lost 24 pounds. That is not an easy feat. I need to lose a little weight too. I do a lot of walking. That's my priority. I try to get out for an hour-long walk every evening, or if not morning.
and then we get to see your beautiful photos as well.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, you live in a beautiful area too, so you take some really, really beautiful nature shots as well. But
Appreciate
yeah,
that.
it's that's number one, is exercise, of course. But really, my priority this year, and I just recently started doing this more and more, because before that, I was really doing a number on myself, and I've stopped doing this, is
Yeah.
sleep, sleep, sleep,
Mm,
sleep. Not just like, every now and then. I'm talking consistent, decent sleep.
yeah.
I will no longer make myself sleep deprived over certain things, because we all do that in this business. We work really hard. We work really long hours, crazy hours sometimes. And early on in the pandemic, that threw all of our sleep patterns off. I think I certainly lost my way.
Yeah.
And I was waking up in the middle of the night from anxiety, other things, because it was very scary when the pandemic hit,
Yeah.
and there's a lot going on. But getting sleep is a priority. Ariana Huffington wrote a book about sleep, and because she early on had Ariana Huffington, of course, the publisher and editor in chief of the Huffington Post.
Yeah.
Um, she early on, a while back, had a very serious incident where she passed out one day and hit a coffee table, and cut her head or something like that, and really could have hurt herself bad. And
Mm,
she realized a lot of it was from not enough sleep, being overly tired. Her body wasn't adapting well to all that. Anyway, she wrote a book on it. I didn't read the whole book, but I've read several chapters and other things to consume most of what I needed. But beyond that, sleep is just so essential. Sleep and hydration. I drink a lot of water now. A lot
oh
of water.
yeah, me too. Let's take a hydration break,
Water is
because first comes hydration and then urination.
okay.
That's how it works. Yes.
So don't drink too much water while you're live streaming, folks.
Yes, while live or before. Exactly.
Hey, it's,
Exactly.
it's normal functions of life, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Anyway,
So,
but
also, my sister Eileen has a question.
okay.
Eileen wants to know, what is my favorite color?
Oh, okay.
But
But
Stefan
first,
first.
first,
Yes,
first, we want to send Eileen our positive vibes for
we do.
Riley, her dog.
Yes, her dog
Because I
is.
know Riley has not been well, and she has a real cutie of a dog. Not that any pet isn't a cutie, but Eileen's is a real
Yes,
cutie, and let's make sure that we send Eileen positive vibes for Riley. Um,
definitely.
so go for it, Tim. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue. What is
Blue.
yours, Stefan? What's your favorite color?
Well, normally my background light would be purple. I like purple a lot. I'd say blue, which is on right now, and there's purple,
Yes.
is are two of my favorite colors. I've always been a big fan of purple, and it's just a very soothing color to me.
Yeah, and we want to know in the comments, what is your favorite color, because we want to know, right, Stefan?
Burgundy too. Burgundy is a very nice color. I like burgundy. If I can find the right color burgundy for certain things, I like that a lot too. It's a very nice color. But those are three of my favorite
Burgundy.
colors. Yeah,
That's pretty
burgundy.
classy, that color. It's a very classy
Burgundy is a
color, don't you
classy
think?
color. Blue is certain shades of blue, like cobalt blue is really nice.
Yeah.
Or of course, an aqua blue is always nice. But
Yeah.
I love colors, as you know. I'm always walking around taking tons of photos and creating all types of things with all types of colors. So that is
Yeah,
definitely one of my favorite colors.
I love it.
Any other
I love it.
questions for you today? Let's see.
Yeah, we have more questions.
What are they? Let's have some, man, for
We
you.
do. Yes. So
There it is.
Marianne Bailey Rutledge wants to know, how are things going this week? Yes. So Stefan, how are things going this week?
Things are going well. Like I said yesterday, threw something out of whack in my house. I'm trying to reorganize everything with modems and internet connections and everything. So far, so good.
Yeah.
But we had a serious storm that passed overhead, and sometimes there's just nothing you can do. I mean, that is the power of Mother Nature, unfortunately. Um, but all the electrical seems to be up again. My lights are playing disco lights, as I said. I had a little issue getting in here. For some reason, it wanted me to set a password and a login and everything, but no big deal. So I
Yeah.
did that. I think we always, in this day and age, with that question specifically that Marianne is asking about how are things going this week, we live in a very, very unnerving, stressful time, I find. There's a lot going on. I think one of the major things we could do every day is reset a bit in our
Mm,
hearts, in our souls, in our minds.
yes.
So sit back, think of what's going on, think of the positive things that are going on, and reset about how we want our day to go. Even if we wake up and our mood isn't so great or we're tired or whatever, sit back, think about some positive things and reset.
I like that. I like that.
So
And also,
I've been doing a lot of reading about that, a lot of inspirational reading and other things about that because we all like to play the cool cat online and everything's
yes.
good and this and that. We have to maintain our images and everything. But one of the things I've always loved about you and a lot of the crowd that we're all associated with is that reset, um, sorry, I'm drawing a blank here for a second, is that keep it real type of attitude. And
Yeah.
what is the other thing that you guys say? I forget.
Radiating real.
Radiating real. Is that,
Yes.
we all have our ways of presenting ourselves, and we all have to do what we feel comfortable with in our own skin. But within reason, we really do need to keep it real. So what does Catherine
Yeah.
say? Catherine says something very interesting.
Yes. Catherine says, what is
Reset.
your top tip?
Oh, okay.
Well, she said a few things, but she says, what is your top tip
Oh,
for live streaming success?
go for it, Tim.
So for me, I would say my top tip would be consistent
Hmm.
to an extent.
Hmm.
Also, create a calendar. If you're going live consistently, create a calendar for the year or for 6 months.
Hmm.
This we're going to be doing this with the other show that I do, Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. I'm going to have a new official co-host starting August 2nd.
Right.
And I've taken several weeks off from Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer in the last 2
Hmm.
months because I got burnt out.
Hmm.
And so I'm going to be creating a calendar, and their weeks are going to be taken off where there are holidays, or if it's the summer when there
Hmm.
are vacations. I recently went on vacation. I did a show during vacation. Next year, that's not going to be happening.
No, no, no,
So
no,
I'm
no,
going to
no,
plan
no.
in breaks for vacations, for holidays, maybe for some self care weeks. So instead of at the last minute saying, hey, I'm not showing up because I'm burnt out,
Hmm.
we're going to plan in to a scheduled out calendar. So hopefully that doesn't happen or doesn't happen as often. So be consistent, but plan in breaks so hopefully you don't burn out.
I think
What
I
about
think
you, Stefan?
I think that's really important. I really have learned a lot. I took a break for a bit too because I was busy producing different things for different outlets and clients and stuff. One of the things that I was really, really thankful for was to begin work and doing consulting work with the Emory Center for the Study of Human Health, and I helped them produce a live
Wow.
stream with a top-notch journalist from Wired magazine, who's also um, she is involved with Emory University. Her name is Maren McKenna.
Yeah.
And my point with this is that one of the things I've learned along the road, even while I took a break, I started reevaluating things and looking at everything. One is personal health, as you were talking about before, but for live streaming success, preparation is everything. Take nothing for granted. Nothing. Check every little thing. Cross all your T's, dot all your I's. Make sure everything is prepped and ready. And even when you think you're ready, practice some more and prep some more. Doesn't mean get neurotic about it and crazy
Right.
about it, but
Yeah.
it means that preparation is everything. It really is. It's key. It's key. The littlest things can make such a difference. And we all make mistakes. I've made some recently with a couple of things. There's a lot of tricky stuff involved with live streaming. And somebody told me the other day, they said, "Oh my, no, live streaming. I love being on live streams, but I don't want to be a producer." Producing is hard, especially when you raise the bar and you start doing more elaborate productions that are very complex with many different parts and elements. So preparation is really key in my book.
That's a great point,
Oh, and,
Stefan.
and one
Yeah.
more thing. When
Yeah.
you make mistakes, this is the biggest thing. And somebody gave me a real big compliment about this. And also, I like the way they said it. When I was doing a live stream, something went awry and it really just could have wreaked havoc. But I reset during the show. We made it come back. It went back on. We still got a lot of viewers. It went off well, and it was a great recording afterwards.
That's
But,
great.
but in the middle of all that chaos
Mhm.
is being able to circumvent the process and jump in and I'm losing the word here.
Improvise?
Improvise. Thank you.
Sure.
Improvise
Yes.
and improvisation. Improvising with things is key.
Absolutely.
But the thing that I wanted to say most importantly was write your mistakes down and then write the solutions down.
Right.
Because, like I said before, we're all very busy. I don't know about you, but I am getting in the habit now of writing a lot more things down and keeping notes and a log on things because when I want to, I go back to these notes and I refresh my memory about these things because a lot of the time it can go in one ear and right out the other. And then another big client comes in or another big project comes in and you forgot to write this thing down. You get involved with the production and then that same issue may come up. But if you keep these valuable notes, they become a wealth of information.
Yes, that's a great point. Thank you for that, Stefan. And thank you, everyone who's tuning in. I want to be sensitive to our time because my dad is upstairs and he's cleaning, and I'm here on the show with Stefan. So I just want to roll through these last two questions pretty quickly. And thank you so much for being here with me, Stefan. I really appreciate it.
Anytime I can hang out with you and talk shop and talk life, I'm more than happy to.
I love it. I love it. Katie Simpson says, "How excited are you for the in-person event coming up?" I don't think I could express my excitement enough. Things are really rolling behind the scenes. We now have 4 sponsors for the event. So shout out to Pinky Swear Foundation, Russ Hedge, Veronica Jeans, and X Cures just came on as a sponsor yesterday. So if anyone out there wants to be a sponsor, reach out to me. It's just $100. We get the word out about your business or organization before the event on social media, on Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, the day of the event. So lots of opportunities to get the word out. And it's really, the event is very similar in nature to the show itself, except we're going to all be in person and sharing our cancer stories together in person. And I'm so excited. So I can't express enough my excitement. I'd
That is
just be bouncing off the screen.
We don't want bouncing screens. It could give people vertigo. So
Yes.
it's one of the things I've learned to do less of, actually. Also, you learn. Here's another great tip. A lot of
Mhm.
us don't do this enough. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of us. I find that I'm sure there are people because I never used to do it. It's great to go back and find the time to watch your recordings, to watch
Oh.
your live streams. No?
I never do that.
No, I do actually. You know why? You learn a lot about yourself, and it's good because you find the little things that you can improve on. One of the things that I stopped doing as much, and it's hard. I really try to keep this up here, conscious of it, is without taking away my own personality, is shaking my head a lot. I nod a lot. I do this a lot, and I'm trying to stop
As I'm
doing
doing it.
because I noticed that, and a couple of people also called it to my attention.
Yeah.
Family, of course, it's always family, right?
Always. Of course.
But you have to admit when they're right about certain things. So I find that I try to do that, but you know what? It's a part of me. I can't. I just I bob a lot that way, but I just try not to do it over the top.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that I do that too. I noticed a lot of live streamers do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome, awesome. Okay, we have two more questions. Two more questions. Dorothy Odell wants to know, when am I coming to Canada?
Ooh, I'll come
Uh,
if he doesn't.
well, Dorothy, I don't have a passport, like a current passport. I need to work on that first. I
Yeah.
still need to work on that. Do you, Stefan?
Oh yeah, I always
You
keep my
do?
passport valid, yeah, because I love to travel. I haven't done so internationally in a while, but I've
Yeah.
been all over Canada. I love Canada. I want to move to Canada one day. I love Canada.
Well, there you go. The likelihood of Stefan visiting you is probably more likely sooner than me. So
I have been to Montreal, Quebec. I've been to Vancouver. I tried to move to Vancouver once. Even while I was at the New York Times years ago, I tried to move to Vancouver. I actually went to the Vancouver Sun and had an interview with them, and sort of not an on the record interview, but I went to meet them
uh-huh.
while I was on vacation there, just to get to know them. And then I finally went to Jasper and Banff. I did the bucket list drive of a lifetime, in my opinion,
Nice.
driving from Jasper to Banff in Alberta. That is one of the most jaw-dropping trips ever to Canada. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
You're very lucky, Dorothy Odell. Very lucky. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place.
Yes. And I definitely want to go to Canada one day. I want
Oh,
to
and
go visit Dorothy. And there's so many people I know who live in Canada now because of
oh,
I didn't know many people at all before the pandemic who live in Canada, but now I do.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
so many people, and Canadians are just the best. Oh my God, they're so friendly and they're so beautiful. Canadians are
are
amazing
you
people.
saying I'm not friendly or beautiful,
Oh
Stefan?
no, I think we'd fit right in there because we're extreme, we're extroverts, and we love to meet people.
That's
So
true. That's
I,
true.
and I speak French, so I love to go to Canada.
We, I don't know.
Even though
Yes.
Canadian French is different.
Okay. I have no idea. I shouldn't have even gone there. Okay. Final question. Final question. Stefan, do you want to take the final question?
What book are you currently reading? Oh, drum roll. Do I have it? Do I have it here? Had it
Let us
here.
know in the comments. What are you all currently reading? Stefan, are you currently reading something?
I am, and I'm trying to find it. Give me a second.
Yes.
You take over the question for a second.
Yes, really isn't a good question for me to take over because I'm
No?
currently reading the screen. That is what I'm currently reading.
Okay. The other, I have
I'm
two
currently
books.
not reading any books,
I
but
have two
I'm
I'm reading.
always reading the screen.
The
Melissa, let
other,
us know, what are you currently reading? And Stefan, what do you have there?
I'm finishing up a great book called New Power.
New Power.
Yeah, I've been
Well, what's
skimming
that
it.
about? And who's it by?
It's by Henry Timms, who is the founder
Oh,
of Giving Tuesday,
yes, I remember seeing him at a street event.
and Jeremy Hyman's and Henry Timms. So the Power of Purpose is just an amazing book that talks about um, the power of social media, the power of purpose. Listen to me, New Power.
Yes.
I have so many books that I skim through, including The Power of Purpose.
Oh, great.
I constantly reread. I like to dibble and dabble in a few books at the same time. I don't know if anybody else does. But
Yes.
New Power is a very interesting book that talks about the new power in social media and communications and many different things. But now
Yes.
that I brought up The Power of Purpose, let me say something about a life-changing book.
Yes.
The Power of Purpose, and I have no stock in this book, and I don't need to sell it. The Power of Purpose by Richard Lyder. I worked with Richard Lyder at AARP's Life Reimagined for 5 years, 5 years with the thought leaders there. And The Power of Purpose is an amazing book that has changed my life. Thinking about passion and purpose in life, and really thinking about what is our purpose in life. Why do we get up in the morning? Why do we do what we do?
Yes.
And I encourage everybody to read it. So those are two books I'm reading.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Stefan.
Mhm.
And yeah,
Well,
thank you for
rereading The Power of Purpose. I've read it like 2 times. I can never get enough of it.
awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me today, Stefan. This has been
Absolutely.
this has been a lot of fun. It's just been
It
kind of
has.
a fun interactive show.
And I like what you've done with your office, by the way. I like it. I like
Thanks.
it.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure out, see here, if I move my head, the green
Mhm,
screen, it kind
mhm.
of like there's a thing going on, but I'm working on it. It's a work in progress,
Okay. Okay.
but I appreciate it.
I'm always working on my office. You know what I want to do with mine?
What do you want to
I
do?
want
You
to
want to
act
make it into a dance studio?
No, I want to get rid of the disco light function and figure out.
I like it. Keep
I
it.
I I held the button down too long on the color, and I think that turns it into a rotating system.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out right away, so I didn't want to play with it and be ultra late for the show.
Yeah.
But one of the things is that I want to get a nice neon sign made for the back
Ooh.
of
What would
my
it say?
a little one, and I want it to say "Spin It Social."
Oh, I love that. That would be incredible.
Because I really thought about that the other day. I've been brainstorming ideas to make this office that I have now better. But That's one of the things I want to do is create a thing. And you got me thinking about office space because I know you've been a green screen user for a while,
Yeah.
and now you want to do away with it. So
That's my ultimate goal. Yeah. I
yeah.
just have to figure out because actually behind my green screen, there's a window
Hmm.
up there.
Hmm.
And so I need once I move if I move the green screen, you're gonna see the window. And so that's not the ideal situation. So I probably have to move my desk to a different wall. So
Right.
uh
Kathy says it would be
Catherine
cool
says
to
it
have.
would be so cool to have a spinning sign that has spin it on one side and social on the other.
I don't know. I think the spinning, that's a great idea, but I think the spinning might cause some people some
Distraction.
trigger issues with vertigo and other things and distraction.
Maybe. It's a cool
But I
idea
like it
though.
though. But I like it. I'm
It's
trying to figure out
creative.
a way to have the neon in a way that it. I'm still working on a logo for Spin Social. It's been ages.
Yeah.
Been able to figure one out, but I did develop a font recently by playing around in
Oh,
Adobe with
nice.
some fonts. So
Love it.
that's it's fun, just like I always say, just create things.
That's
Um,
it.
you
Just
know,
create.
that's one of the great things. Just like, oh my God, I can't believe since I was like 2 minutes late for the intro to the show to get into the studio at least. I missed
It's
the
all
intro. I
good.
love to this day, I think you guys have the best introduction, the best intro of any show ever. I can't even think of a better one. And that
Oh my
really drives
gosh.
me crazy because I like to create things.
Well, you know what, Stefan? You know what? Next week's guest. First, I'm going to announce next week's guest. Next week's guest is Krista Samimi, and she's going to be talking about mental health.
Okay.
So I want to say that. Next, I want to say thank you, Stefan. Thank you for being here today with me by my side, asking Tim and Stefan anything, everything, having fun. I appreciate it.
Do people know why we call each other BFAMs, how that originated? I bet
I
you they
don't
don't.
know, but we don't have enough time to go through all that right now. I really have to get to my dad upstairs.
Oh
I'm
boy.
like 10 minutes late here. We could talk all day. Let's do a
could.
24-hour live stream soon.
Let's do a 24-hour Ask Tim and stuff. I don't know.
I'm not kidding. That would be hilarious.
People don't need that much of us.
Actually, they do. Okay, but what I'm going to do now, Stefan, is we are going to go out the same way that we come in every week. So now let's go dance, Stefan. You
Bye,
ready?
everybody.
Here we go.